How's it, football family and soccer brothers and sisters? Welcome to week 9, episode 1 of Panenka Pundit. I know week 9, episode 1 might not sound amazing to you, but this is a very special episode because it is the first of the biggest derby in the Premier League, which is Manchester United and Liverpool. I'm super excited about this one. I think if I always look at the fixtures, one of the first fixtures a football fan or a soccer fan looks at is the Man United Liverpool fixtures. The one club that's on an absolute high now, which is going to be Liverpool, and the other club, Manchester United, are in this little grey area. We're not sure what's happening. Louis back after Man United won again. Congratulations. Classic.
Thank you.
Ronaldo's saving you guys there. And we have a new face today, Keegan van der Rooyen, who's an old friend of ours, an old band junkie. There we go. He's joining in, and
hey, what's up?
How's it? He is a Liverpool supporter, and I think you guys are in a very, very good space now. Mohamed Salah is in fine form, arguably the best player in the Premier League now. Some say he's the best player in the world. New contracts are waiting for that guy, 500k a week. Apparently, that is the rumors. Keegan, what do you think is going to happen? Are they going to give him that salary? Are they going to extend his contract? What is your opinion, man?
My dude, I think without a doubt, Salah's going to have his contract extended. I would be really surprised if it was, in those regions of like 500k a week. Doesn't seem like Liverpool's typically the type of club to do that. But I think we've almost painted ourselves into a corner with how successful he's been, that we almost need to kind of be like, hey, dude, we need to talk. We got to make sure you stay here because, we can't really afford to lose a player of his caliber, especially in that position in our team at the moment, where we're maybe a little bit short in terms of depth to back him up in case, the worst does happen.
Yeah, that's true. So I thought to myself, so that's the reports. The reports are 500k. We never know. Is that just someone trying to make cheap talk? Is that the truth? He doesn't strike me as that player who wants that salary.
Yeah.
But then again, also when Eden Hazard was at Chelsea, he didn't strike us as the player who would take a salary like he did at Real Madrid. I think when he was at Chelsea, he was not even in the top 10 highest paid players in the Prem. So you don't think Mo Salah would do something, but in the form that he is at the moment and the value and how can I say this? The way he makes himself almost irreplaceable. Every team in the world wants him. I think he'd be a good Real Madrid player, and PSG at the moment are signing all these Galacticos that are going out of contract. So there is options for him to go.
Look, he's worth it. He's definitely worth that money when you do look at his contemporaries like Ronaldo and Messi. The guys who are doing the same numbers as him across Europe in general are probably earning a little bit more than he is. And I'm saying that obviously with a little pinch of salt there, a little bit. But by that same token, dude, we've seen really good players from our team leave and go to other teams where you thought they were going to be shoo-ins to go on and just be incredibly successful. And things haven't necessarily fallen into place for all of those guys. You look at Coutinho going to Barca, that looked like a perfect fit, and he kind of fell apart. More recently, you look at someone like Gini. I personally was gutted to lose him. I think he's a phenomenal player. Yes. And at PSG, I saw a week or two ago, he came out and said he's not having a good time. He's not starting. He's not getting picked. And I looked at the competition he had there. Again, I thought he was going to walk straight into that team and absolutely just be a phenomenon in League One. But yeah, dude, I don't know. Maybe Salah's looking at it that way. If I were him, Madrid and Barca right now look like absolute dog shows in terms of just how the club is being run. I'd be very, very wary to go there as a player. What are the other options? Perhaps PSG doesn't strike me as the type of player to want to go and play in the French league, though. Maybe Bayern, but again, are they going to be able to pay him those fees? Because I also saw some kind of infographic the other day where Bayern's squad value is actually lower than Everton's, dude, in terms of transfers paid and salaries and stuff like that. So I don't know, again, if they're going to be the type of club who are able to just fork out hundreds and thousands of pounds every week to keep a player. So we'll see, dude. I'm hoping for the best. Would love him to stick around, obviously.
So if I could have my say, I would obviously want all the Chelsea players that Mourinho sent away to come back. So I can't believe
Yeah.
that. So every now and then I wake up after a bad dream and I would think, oh my goodness, he could have actually had Kevin De Bruyne and Lukaku and Mohamed Salah and Eden Hazard in the same team. So, but anyway, that's not going to happen for our side.
By the same token, you've got a Kai Havertz in there doing some incredible stuff. You've got Mason Mount, who I would have in our team any day of the week. Like, they've made space for some other guys to flourish a little bit.
They did. And saying that, I'm going to go a little bit off topic. I think that's the one good thing, or one of the good things that Frank Lampard did bring. Most likely, guys like Reece James or Mason Mount would probably have been loaned out by now. They would have gone to maybe one or something.
100% with you.
So despite my heartbreak when it ended, there was a cool legacy that was left. And maybe we don't sit with this problem a few years from now. You know, where they go away, Lukaku got invited back with open arms.
Yeah.
So yeah. But I think for Liverpool, replacing Mohamed Salah would have to mean you have to spend at least 100 million. To replace a player in the same caliber. And if you do that, you're not getting someone who's in the form that he is at the moment, in the prime. I think he's 28, 29 years old at the moment, correct? So
he's 29, yeah.
29. So you can say he still has a year or two in his prime left if injuries don't go with him. So yeah, that's a good thing. So I think the smart thing is Liverpool should break their structure or their golden rule of not paying players too much. But at the moment, he is worth that. Keeping him, he is worth that money. So I think the obvious and logical call would be, listen here, cheat yourself a little bit, keep the man happy, keep him here, and then you guys can just be good old Liverpool for a few more years to go.
And I mean, I'm obviously not a mind reader, so I cannot speak on their behalf. But I kind of feel like, you know, the rest of the squad would be like, okay, dude, like, pay him that much money. That is what he's worth. Like, I'm not scoring those goals or those assists. So obviously earning less than him is just how it goes, you know.
Absolutely.
If he's still with us, we keep winning, and it's good for me. So yeah,
absolutely.
Let's hope.
So with that said, Louis, we're going to go over to you. So Man United, right? If there was ever a game to change things around, it is going to be this game right here. It is the biggest derby. We know the derbies have this way, or derbies. What's the correct South African way to say it? Derby or derby?
To be completely honest with you, fluid as well. Every now and again, I change it up.
Yeah, we're just going to hoy whatever we want. So let's say derby. So if there's a game in a season that can cause an upset, it's usually games like this. This might be a turning point for Man United, maybe. So Louis, do you think because of the nature of this weekend and because it's a derby, you have a chance of upsetting Liverpool?
You always have a chance. I think our problem at this stage is we're playing catch-up football in all of our games. And to play catch-up football against a team like Liverpool is physically impossible. So with the defense that they've got, if we want to give them 2 goals and try and play catch-up, it's not going to happen. We couldn't do it against Leicester. We started catching up and they just scored goals because we are leaking goals at a massive rate at this stage. We are going to play against one of the best defenses in the world. Which might be a problem for us. But Man United have always been the team that are kind of putting the big boys to sleep, but dropping out against the smaller teams. We're losing against squads that we're not supposed to lose to, and then all of a sudden we rock up against a team like Liverpool, Man City, etc. So at this stage, I can't tell you. I told Keegan, I told Ruan last week, at the beginning of the season, we were talking about a United team that's probably one of the best teams in the Premier League, and possibly one of the favorites to win the Premier League. And it's just not happening for us at this stage. To go up against Atalanta and to come back. Did you see how Ronaldo celebrated? It looked like he just won the World Cup.
I watched that game. It was a nail-biter for sure.
Yeah, but yes, well done. We came back. We changed the game. We're top of the log in our group. But against Atalanta, yes, they're a brilliant team, but they're not Liverpool. So I have no idea, Ron, to answer your question simply, I have no idea. I'm hoping for something. I'm not wearing my shirt because I'm not a proud supporter at this stage, but I am fearful about what Liverpool can bring on Sunday.
I'll just speak to that same question from our side. Like you were saying, I'm always nervous. No matter how good a run of form we're in or how bad United are doing, this game will always throw up a result that, you know, throws the form book out the window, dude.
Yep, definitely.
Yeah. So 2 things I want to add to that point there. First point is that, Louis, you mentioned the defense of Liverpool. Liverpool, yes, does have a very good defense, but you have leaked a few goals so far. Brentford is one of them, conceded 3. It was a fantastic game. I think it was against AC, 2 goals, got the winner in the end, and then again this weekend against Atletico Madrid. So there is, despite the defense, there is a chance. So Louis said the comeback against Liverpool is going to be tough, but there is still a chance, just based on, Virgil van Dijk is, in my opinion, still the best defender in the world, but he isn't what he was 2 seasons ago. So he still needs to find that confidence.
Before the injury. Yeah.
So I think there's a genuine chance for an upset. Look, if it was up to me, I would want Man United to win this one. I don't want to win at all. It's gonna put us a little bit further up into the league, or give us a little bit bigger margin into the league. So for the lead, that's what I'm hoping for.
If you saw how we played against Atletico on Tuesday, if I was a United supporter, I would have been salivating, because that is the perfect game plan for them to play. The way that they always put those diagonal balls across the whole back of the defense, and you have Rashford running onto it because Trent is normally quite high up the field, or you've got Greenwood on the other side. Greenwood, I cannot sing his praises enough. As a Liverpool fan, no shade, that kid is incredible. He's going to be one of the best attacking players for the next 15 years in world football if he carries on like this. And I wish we had him. I'll straight up say that. But those two with the diagonal balls, United can always do a thing. I'm telling you now. And bruh, as old as he is, Ronaldo, I'm always weary of that.
We're playing with kind of the same structure at the back. The 2 central defenders with the 2 wing backs. Am I correct?
4-3. Yeah. Correct.
So what I can say, we can get to the team just now, but what I can say is I think TAA and Luke Shaw are probably playing the same kind of game at this stage, running very forward and bringing in the diagonals and the crosses. So either way, and Luke Shaw was one of the reasons why we slipped that first goal against Atalanta on Wednesday, because he was playing high up. They had that gap at the back, and that's probably the same game plan going to be for both teams. Just get the guy up and play on the counter attack and open up that gap. Luckily for you have Virgil. We have Harry Maguire that's not in the form of his life. So yes, I totally agree with you. All of our, let's not say all of our goals, but especially the Rashford goal was scored with the defense very high up, and we just had the counter-attack gap that we could capitalize on, and hopefully that's something that we can do against Liverpool as well.
But you hit them many times at Atlanta in the game.
Yes.
You obviously didn't put them all away, but you can see if you guys can create that many chances, you're going to put them away. Luckily, you got those 3.
We have Fred taking shots on target, and then you're not going to score with Fred. So,
actually, interesting. So, Lou, that you mentioned Luke Shaw, the way he plays, that's the same way Trent Alexander-Arnold plays, and they're going to be opposite against each other. So that's going to be a very interesting to see who's going to back off a little bit. Are both going to go full steam ahead? Are both going to back off? It's going to be a very interesting thing. I think from a midfield perspective, I think Liverpool might win the battle there. Just because it's a little bit more structured, it's a little bit more solid, where I know of most of Man United goals leaks because there isn't midfielders who are genuine 8s, who track back, play a physical, dominant part there. And I think that's where Liverpool maybe have an edge. When it comes to attack, I would say that Liverpool had the advantage just because of Mohamed Salah. But on all other platforms, Man United is just as good. I mean, Ronaldo is there, Greenwood is there, maybe Sancho is going to start. I don't know who's going to start. But with that, we don't even know who's going to start for your teams here. And now,
I think United fans are praying Sancho doesn't start us.
Ron, I want to comment on the midfield. If we don't play, that's just my personal opinion. If we don't play with a Matic or McTominay and a Pogba in midfield, I can't see how we're going to win this game, because Fred is not a holding midfielder. We know that by now.
Yeah.
McTominay is a great holding midfielder. He's not the world's best. Matic is a brilliant guy. He's just not on the form that he was 6-7 years ago. And Pogba is a brilliant player, but Pogba is the one that we rotate, playing forward, playing wing, playing midfield. And he can operate the whole field. So I feel if we start with a Pogba and a Fred, there's no way. There's no way we can stop the attack.
Yeah, so as if things are not tough on its own now, trying to think who's going to play for your teams, we have the impossible job of trying to do a combined 11 between Manchester United and Liverpool. All right, so just a basic, we're going to stick to the pattern or to the play, which is going to be 4-3-3. We're not going to change it through the show. We're going to stick that there. And based on that, we're going to try and make a combined 11. I thought about this earlier, and I think I have an idea who's going to fit in where and what, but I'm going to leave that up for you guys to debate out. If you can't agree, I'll come in as the referee and I'll say, listen here, I think this dude's going to take the place instead of that dude right there. So with that, let's start with the goalkeeper. I think this one is kind of obvious who you're going to start with.
It is. It is obvious.
Yeah.
I'll also go with that.
Okay.
Yeah, no, look, he's also prone to an accident or a silly mistake every now and again. But I mean, particularly against Atletico on Tuesday, he showed again why he is one of the world's best. He saved our asses in that game.
And he's a bit of a forward-going player as well. He can be part of the lineup, starting the attack. He's solid. I think De Gea is becoming a bit better than he was a couple of months ago. He's really in a good form. His problem is he's not. That's how it comes across. That he's not the type of player that's arranging the defense like Alisson might be doing. That's up to Harry Maguire, and it's not working out for us. So I think a bit more of a general, and I totally agree with you. Alisson should be in goal.
Okay, perfect. So Alisson is in goal, and then we go to right back or right left wing back, however you want to put it. And I think we can agree on this one also.
Yep, TAA.
TAA is going to be there. Trent is amazing.
I don't want to sound biased, but in my opinion, best right back in the world.
Second best. So there's this. We'll get to it. We'll get to it when we have to do a Chelsea combined one. Then I'll talk about it again. All right, first defender on the list. I think we can also agree Virgil van Dijk has to be in there. He has to be in there. Big Virgil is going to be there. Louis, you agree. Keegan, you agree. Then the second one, I think, has to be between Varane or Harry Maguire. Louis, if you
so Varane is out injured. Varane is out injured at this stage, and just to get a United player into this lineup, I think Harry is for the amount that we paid for him. He delivered on Wednesday with a goal. He's got solid games. And that will be my pitch for defender number 2, at least Harry Maguire. From a captain perspective, from arranging the defense a bit, I would say Harry Maguire.
Right. What do you think, Keegan?
Look, I think he's definitely got a point to prove because of all the criticism and stuff that he's been under a little bit lately. And you could see on, when was it, Wednesday night, how pumped he was to, sort of make amends for all that other stuff. His goal was super well taken, especially for a centre-back. I think personally it's tight between him and Matip. Matip, I'm speaking about just on form. He's been phenomenal this season. But I think I'd be happy to concede Maguire to partner there in a centre-back,
Yeah, so I always say the centre-backs of these days, if you can have one really solid physical centre-back, which in this case is Maguire, and you can have another centre-back who's very good with his feet, which is a Virgil van Dijk, and he's also a big dude, you're pretty sorted in that thing. So if Varane obviously was not injured, I think we all would agree we would nominate him.
Yeah, no, 100%.
But he's not available, so let's stick to Harry Maguire on that side. Then on the left side, this is an interesting one. We have Robertson or we have Luke Shaw. I think you guys need to fight this one out. I know who I would pick, but you guys can go.
Yeah, I'm definitely going with Luke Shaw. I think he's probably in the form of his life and has been in the form of his life for the last season or two. Andy Robertson is brilliant. I'm a massive fan of him. But I think for the forward type of player that Luke Shaw is, for the attack that he can bring, especially with his assists. Look, the season or two ago, Andy Robertson and Trent Alexander-Arnold were probably the two players with some of the best assists in the whole league, and they are defenders. But I just think on current form, it has to be Luke Shaw.
No, I agree with you 100%. I think, in terms of just having a player in my team, I'd still choose Robbo over Luke Shaw. But on current form, Robbo certainly isn't in the same sort of assisting, attacking form that he was 2 years ago. And props to Shaw. He's turned it around, dude. 2-3 seasons ago, it would have been a no-brainer. But now, I concede he's been playing like an absolute man possessed.
I want to comment on that, Keegan. So one thing that Ollie brought to the table that I don't think his predecessors post Ferguson could bring to the table was that Ollie is signing very good backup players as competition to our informed players. I'm thinking about somebody like Alex Telles that they brought in. All of a sudden, you kind of fear that you're going to lose your position. The same with Dean Henderson. De Gea already started playing better. So yes, it's excitement. It's exciting to see how Luke Shaw has progressed.
Yeah, definitely. Well, there's our back four and our goalkeeper, guys. I think that's a solid one. Alisson is going to goalkeeper. On the far right, we have TAA, Trent Alexander-Arnold. Then we have Virgil van Dijk, Harry Maguire, and then we have Luke Shaw. I think that's a solid back. I think that back can take a few, can give a few lessons in the world of football. And now we move on to the midfield. I actually think this is going to be a strange one for me also. I thought about this one, and I couldn't get on a solid three for then. I think the way we can sort this out quicker is maybe if we try for sorting the central midfielder first before we sort out the attacking eights. And I would say Henderson. What do you guys think as the pivot?
For me, without a doubt, it's Fabinho, man.
Agree.
Agree. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I was wrong. I was so wrong. So okay.
No, he's I think second to Conte at the moment. I think he's probably the second best CDM in the Premier League. I don't know if I'd say the world, but definitely in the Premier League at the moment.
I can't agree more. But I'm going to then try and challenge you on that one, Keegan, and say if Fabinho takes CDM, then I'll go, if we play with a 3 in the middle, which we are not really playing, then I will go for Fernandes and Pogba as the 2 attackers in that mid-3.
I would agree, actually.
If you're playing Fabinho there and he's doing all the legwork for those lazy bastards up front, let him have it. No.
There we go.
I admittedly, if I was looking at attacking players, because of the way Liverpool play, obviously it's wing and our 2 wingers up front and cutting in and everything. So our midfield is essentially about grinding out stuff, getting in passes. I think based on form before he got injured, the only guy who might have been able to give a shot was, funnily enough, Harvey Elliott. But let's see how he recoups once he's back. But in terms of a midfield 3, I'd say probably the choice for scoring some goals and controlling the stuff.
That's a proper solid midfield. Fabinho, Pogba, and Bruno Fernandes. That's solid, guys. Now to the front 3. I think let's all agree the man in the middle is Cristiano Ronaldo, correct?
Yeah, I'm happy with that. I'm happy with that one. I just think if you had somebody, well, let's just go with Salah on the right thing, So I think that's just a made out deal. If you have somebody like a Salah providing to Ronaldo, that can be one of the world's best attacks. Ronaldo is not getting the assists that he needs at this stage. He's not getting the ball in quick enough. You can see the whole time on Wednesday he was running and showing where the ball should have been, and it's not coming there. So a world-class player like Salah giving him those assists, I think it will just be mind-blowing to see. So I would say Salah, Ronaldo, and on the left-hand side, we're going to have a bit of a fight.
Ooh, yeah, because there's a few. We have Rashford to choose from. We have Greenwood to choose from. We have Mane to choose from, and we can also put Jota in there. So, I think I'm gonna make a suggestion here. Mane has been brilliant for Liverpool, but at this moment, Mason Greenwood is so far. I don't know how you would like him on the left side. Am I wrong? Debate with me.
If we're putting Greenwood in, I would say I'd have Mane on the left wing and I'd have Greenwood at centre forward, to be honest with you.
Ahead of Ronaldo. Louis?
Yeah.
I'm probably agreeing with you, but you can't have a combined 11 without probably the world's best over the last 15 years. Let's take Messi into account as well.
Hey, look, I'm not denying that at all, but we're not playing the last 15 years. We're playing this season.
Exactly. That's a good one.
So is your proposal then Mane, Greenwood, and Salah?
That for me, I mean, if we could somehow, reshape time and everything and just get Greenwood from you guys, I'd be so stoked, bro. I absolutely adore that player, bro.
You know what, Keegan? I'm in a good mood. I'll give you that one. I'll take that one because I'm a massive Mane fan. I think he's an amazing player, and the things that both of them, Salah and Mane, are doing for African football, it's awesome. So you know what? I'll take that one.
No, like last season, I probably would have conceded and dropped Mane, but he's back to his best this season. Him and Salah have formed up a very, very formidable partnership again. It seems like they're over whatever weird beef they must have had.
Yeah, so I love Mane because he's a very unselfish player. I think he's a very good team player. So our front three looks actually quite threatening, guys. So on the left side, we have Mane. On the right side, we have Mohamed Salah. Obviously, and in the middle, we have the on-form, on-fire Mason Greenwood. I think this team will pretty much beat anyone in the league except Chelsea. But, so yeah, that's our combined 11. Let us know what you guys think about this. And with this, quickly tell me score predictions. Louis, what do you think is the score going to be?
I think Liverpool's going to score first, and let's hope for a comeback. 2-1 Man United.
I'm going with the same, by the way, 2-1 Man United. Sorry, Keegan. I just want that result to be.
No. I think it's going to be tight, but I would probably say reversed. I think we're going to ship a goal because you guys have got players on the field for a moment of magic. But yeah, just the way our front three are playing, how pumped up everybody seems to be at the moment. I don't want to speak too overconfidently, but I think that we have got just enough to take it in terms of this game where, form kind of goes out the window, man.
All right, perfect. So there is our opinion on everything on this big game. We didn't even touch on the other teams, so we don't need to because this is a big weekend. All right. So congratulations, guys. Well, not congratulations. Thank you for being here. Thank you for giving your 2 cents on this. And with that, if you agree with us, please comment down below. If you think we have no idea what we're talking about, we do not care. We just do this for fun. And you're wrong. We're right. Until later, enjoy the weekend's football. And always remember to chip the keeper.